Libra, how are you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading. We're going to be going into your chakras, your aura, and we're going to be doing a weekly tarot reading at the end. It's all going to be time-stamped in the description below, so you can jump from one to the other, but it will all be connected. So yeah, thank you very much for being on this channel. Without further ado, let's just get straight into your chakras and let's just see what's going on. Here we go for Libra. Your root chakra. This is taking shape and form. There's almost like a realization this week of this is how it has to be. This is what corresponds to me. This is the most solid foundation for my path, for what I should be doing in life. And it's really an emotion of getting it all into place at the moment. Really nice. Let's just see what's going on in your sacrum. Well, like your contrary, that's French, like your opposite sign, Aries, you're bucking the trend, and you're the only two signs that have done this. I've done every single reading for this week now, and you seem to have more emphasis placed upon enjoyment, which is great, than on administration. And for you, like for Aries, that's a little bit contradictory to normally how you are. There's a lot of mental activity within Libra. You're the mental master. You have that mental energy master sort of aspect to you. And it's sometimes difficult. You can't feel energy. You can't feel emotions within mental energy. You can only get the logical side of it. And sometimes emotions aren't logical. And this is where you start to flounder. And it becomes difficult for you to process things and understand, why do people do that? That's so illogical. And yeah, it's so illogical because their emotions, they didn't have control of their emotions and just went off the scales. Went off the scales. Libra. Okay, and so these are a little bit like the scales of your life, the sacrum. It's got the two sides to it, which is it's very much a horizontal aspect of it, like that, and it ties in with the throat and the third eye, which has a vertical aspect to it, to the scales. So here on the sacrum, you've got on the right hand side is more active than on the left hand side, so there seems to be, and I think this ties in with getting your foundation in place. Things might be working for you a little bit better now financially, where you sort of you got into a rhythm, so you don't have to worry about it so much. And now you're sort of turning your attention upon having fun. Let's just see what's going on the solar plexus. Let's have a look at the third eye and the throat, because I think the solar plexus and the heart, that's been playing out in everybody for the last few weeks. There is still this fusion aspect between the two, but what we're going to do is we're going to circumnavigate that connection to the collective energy, and we're going to go into the individual energy, and we're just going to see how that's been playing out. But before we do that, I'd like to just have a look at the third eye and the throat, because that's in harmony as well. I think this has to do with the ambient field energy around us, that everything that's going on in the world around us. It's a case of wait and see, not going to get involved, not going to get carried away with the situation, because the world is a funny February at the moment. And then when we get into magical March, that's when you're going to really kick off. It's going to be, everybody's going to kick off. It's going to be an amazing month, I think. Very, very, very buoyant and flamboyant in a way. Let's just see what's going on in your crown. Then we'll go back to your solar plexus, and that. Oh, it's taking shape. It still needs to be a little bit tighter, I think. But at the moment of what you've been through and the stability that's coming into your life is bringing, like, as I said, there's still a few things to fall into place within your root chakra. And as your root chakra and your crown chakra are the same chakra, it's the same thing in a way up the top there, where you've got this crown chakra which is now pulling into shape. It's pulling into its most optimum position, basically. Let's go back to your solar plexus and your heart chakra. So here's your solar plexus. Okay, so this is it's very nice. It's got a lot of potential, like everybody at the moment. There's a lot of potential in there, but there is this connection with the earth, or the grounding section here on the interior of it. Let's just pull out the solar plexus and let's put it vertically so we can actually get a feel on it here. So this is the upper section here, and you get the vertical energy that goes through it. So you get the trumpet that comes out like that, and then it goes into this conversion point. So it goes round the vertical energy and then comes out the back. So you have this little trumpet out the back. The top petals, and this is bucking the trend as well, actually, funnily enough, Lee, but you're really bucking the trend at the moment. Go for it. Yeah, get it out there. You know, this section here is absolutely fine. It's your passions, your courage, your confidence, your courageous side, your power, your fire is all in connection with your heart. So your heart's desires, your pleasures, and this is what we saw in your sacrum as well. And the lower chakras there, in the lower part of the chakra, in the lower petals, it's not firing on all cylinders at the base. At the outside and the surface is absolutely fine. It's on the interior, and I think this ties into, there is a few more things that need to sit into place where you feel absolutely comfortable and insecure and secure with your situation, not only with your earthly situation, so that's finances, your possessions and everything like that, but also it's in equate with your emotions. It's in connection with your commotions. It's in harmony with that side of things as well. And that's the harmonious side is coming through your emotions at the moment, and just waiting now for the physical world to click into place. And once that does click into place, the potential that you're stocking within your solar plexus, like everybody at the moment, will kick off. And I think that's what March is all about. Let's just have a look at your heart chakra here. So there's a lot of socializing in this week on many different fields. It's not just one-to-one love affairs, or finding your twin flame, or having the most amazing time with your existing partner. It's more a case of connecting with lots of different aspects of life that may not even be connected with one another. So you have your connection with your work that has nothing to do with the connection with the pastimes and the activities that you do in your life, in your private life. But you're really enjoying the both as a social event, as an engagement of your heart. It also, you're engaging in the community that you live in, with the people that live around you on that level. So then it's not within your private life, but it's connecting on all different aspects of it. It's this joyous, childlike energy, not child as in sort of like naive or anything like that, but childlike in the sense that it's a great sunny day and life is brilliant, sort of sense of things. It's really lovely to see you like that, Libra, because when you are, all of a sudden, that's going to provoke a lot of opportunities within your life. And I think those opportunities are going to help with that root chakra, and also help spark that solar plexus as well. And connecting with multitude of different spheres of relationships that are around you will put those things into place. So it is good work you're doing here. It's going to be a great week of a lot of different things going on without too much weight being emphasized on one thing. There's that weight is spread across, or that energy is spread across the whole board for you. So it looks really, you're setting up a really good magical March scenario where as it kicks off, you're going to be ready to rock and roll and to live life fully with beautiful energies throughout you. Let's just go on to your your aura. Let's just see what's going on in that section there. Yeah, there is. I think there is an aspect of your aura here is because you realise what your connections, your interactions with lots of different spheres of social networking. You're not going to want to waste your time here, and your energy is set up in a way that's sort of like kind of, you know, you need to connect with me in a logical sense, because even if we can't connect on that, then the emotions are not going to connect either. And it's almost like you're setting up a very simple, healthy boundary, which makes you connect with other people, helps you to connect with other people and to realize straight away, you know, what's good and what's not good for you. And it could be quite simple as saying a joke or commenting on something that's going on in the world and just noticing the reactions of the people around you without getting yourself into too much hot water with people or in a sticky situation with people. Because sometimes these days you can say a word that's now banned and you won't even know it, and you can be in a lot of trouble. So you know, trying to follow all of that sort of thing, and I think that's what the sacrum and the third eye and the throat chakra is all about. People are just kind of going, do you know what, I'm not going to get involved sort of scenario, just keep it breezing. So yeah, you've got this energy set up there where it's almost like it provides people with a test without actually testing them in a way, or without anybody knowing it. So you can really sort of like make you can streamline your life enormously, and just take the good, basically. Just get the good out of life. It just seems to be a really beautiful way of doing it, and it's not going to hurt anyone at all. And it's not these people who don't correspond to you. They're not nasty people. No one's nasty, really. It's the human world that makes people nasty, I think. You know, and the situations that are imposed upon people which makes them nasty. But, you know, that's my personal... We've got to try that before we can disprove it, you know. Because at the moment, we're not trying that. And we haven't ever tried that. So I think we should just try it to sort of at least sort of say, oh no, that don't work. I've done that many times in the energy world, you know, where it's almost taken as read that you connect to the universe through your crown chakra, and that isn't just, it mechanically just doesn't work. It doesn't, that's not how it happens. You know, that's where you connect to the possibilities or the visual side of it, the personal human stimulation. So you connect with this energy through other means, and when you do connect to that energy, what it does is it stimulates this part, this crown chakra, this part here, this consciousness, where you can sort of sit there and sort of say, I can visualize that in the sense that a human would understand. So then this is where we do think the connection can be connected to the universe, but it's not. It's just a reflection. It's like the energy comes up for you, reflects off the top of your aura and gets filtered through your crown chakra, so you can actually, oh, I understand. But that's not how you actually connect to the universe. So there you go. And you don't actually connect to the earth through your root chakra. It's a minefield, isn't it? It's a minefield. But anyway, let's get on to your weekly tarot reading. Let's just see what happens in there. It'd be interesting to see how that sort of heart chakra and that connecting with lots of people, what sort of things is that going to bring out within you? Fair exchange, apparently, but also the Six of Pentacles is a case of deciding where you invest your time, and that is the fair exchange, making a judgment upon a situation where you are only going to give 2 pentacles to 1. This is what happens on a traditional. It's a person that's giving out money or giving out pentacles, and on one side you've got the scales, Libra, the judgment, and you're giving on that person judgment. You're only giving 2 pentacles. You keep 1 pentacle for yourself, and then you're passing 3 pentacles onto someone else that you want, you want to invest in. And this is what the fair exchange is about, is being honest about how you invest your time, money, and energy into things. And it's not in a nasty way. It's not a judgment against the person. It's just a judgment for your life. And I think this is the energy that's flowing through you at the moment. Let's see what's going on the relationship side. Here's your karmic mission. So, I think you could get disappointed with life. I think you need to get past that. Waiting for things to happen. I think you realize now, and I think this is what the karmic mission is in regards to your relationships. It's you don't wait anymore, just get involved. And that's what that one cup is all about, that's being handed to you through your karmic path to say, live your heart's desires. And this is where it ties into the heart chakra, where you're defining that at the moment. And you might be disappointed in some aspects of life, but in generally what you're doing is you're streamlining it into a very passionate future for you. Let's just see how the universe is offering that one cup. There you go. So, as I was saying, that one cup, get into that Ace of Cups. This is what the universe is trying to build into you. How mad is this? They're really trying to sort of make it blatantly obvious to you within your relationships how you can connect to people in multitude of different spheres, and you can offer that part of your heart that needs to be offered for that situation. So people will get that feeling that you are really invested in the situation, but actually you're really invested in lots of situations around you. And as you go forward, you're going to be able to start concentrating that. That's what the Six of Pentacles is all about, of where deciding to put your future energies into things. There's a real evaluation going on at the moment. And then you've got the Nine of Cups, where you just... This is exactly what the heart chakra is doing here. This is what I'm talking about. In the heart chakra here, you've got lots of different cups. You are putting lots of energy into, not lots, you're putting energy into each one of those cups in equal amounts at the moment. And that's what a little bit what the fair exchange is all about. At some point, you're going to realize that, there's some cups that you want to stop investing into, so you can actually invest even more in certain ones of those cups there. But the guides are bringing in these opportunities, and it's going to help you sort of get that root chakra really concretely in place, which is also going to give that consciousness on the crown chakra real definition to you. The Page of Wands, you're going to be... Look, these two here are very similar sort of things. And this is what your guides... These are both from your guides. They're outward there. They're all about sort of childish energies, jumping for joy, exploring things. And in your relationships, and this is where it's not down to a twin flame, although the twin flame may be in there actually, but it is also how you connect with the multitude of different spheres of relationships that are around you, and playing with that, enjoying with it, experimenting, as I said earlier on, how your energy system's set up, working out very quickly, which relationships are worth, that correspond to you, not that the other person's a bad thing, and that's what that Six of Pentacles is all about. We come back to the whole sort of thing. Let's see what's going on in your financial sort of side. King of Cups. You have a complete... Look at it. You've only quite literally got your cups. Okay, you have got Pentacles and Wands there, but on the financial side, as I said, I think you've got a situation which you're very comfortable with. It probably needs more work, but then that's what the starfish is all about, and the fish is all about. So you're doing that work underneath the surface in order to get the rewards. And that's what it's saying to you this week here. And your karmic path here is, yes, you've got a foundation now, and just keep working away at that foundation. It will bring you rewards as you go forward. Yeah. Ace of Swords. Everybody seems to be getting the Ace of Swords as well. And this is where the universe is offering up opportunities to you in your life, gifts to you that come out of left field, that come out of, come out of your blind side. So you can't really see it coming. And when it does turn up, you kind of go, wow, yeah, I never thought about being a lion tamer, you know, or something of that sort of thing. You know, I never thought about doing that. Wow, that could be quite, actually, I'm quite good at it. Wow. You know, it's provoking new avenues of thoughts or new avenues of opportunities within your life, which I think corresponds to your heart chakra as well, because those connections, as I said, were not just on the emotional relationship sides of your life, friends, family, community, and partner, but also on your business side, on your projects, on your job side of life. And this is what's going to be provoking those opportunities. Look at that. You're flanked by two aces by the universe. The universe wants you to succeed here. They really do. They've got your back. Yeah, it's going to take time. It's going to take a bit of patience. And this is where your guides are coming in. They're being very patient about it. I think this is where you're concentrating on the enjoyment side. And this is what plays into your sacrum. It's concentrating on one thing at a time. And I think this is where the concentration on your relationship sides, and I think that goes much larger than just one-to-one relationships. As I said, within your sacrum, it's much more based upon sort of pleasure and enjoyment and activities and social connections and everything like that. And this side here, the guides on this side here are kind of going, yeah, it's right, no worries, we're patient, you know, prick up these little opportunities, put them in storage, wait for it to happen, wait for it, ignite that solar plexus sort of scenario. And the Three of Swords. Now, that's very strange. There's a Three of Swords that come out, and there's only one other sign that's had the Three of Swords, because it really doesn't, it comes out like a completely off the radar sort of thing. And the other sign that got that was Capricorn. And another cardinal sign, which you have huge amounts of affiliation, where it comes down to practical things in life, where it comes down to doing things. It's the inspirational mental side of your base, of your foundations, basically, which you have in line with them. I think here is your King of Cups is having control over your emotions. So you can actually hear, I think, I'm going to have to get a bit of clarification on that. Let me just see what's going on here. This is a realization of saying goodbye to your old world, and it could be painful. As you go forward in life and we progress and stuff like that, even on the material side of life, we might have really enjoyed a job when we were, say, 10, 15 years before, or even last year or 2 years before. You and your career path and your business is progressing, and it's taking you away from certain elements that you really enjoyed in what you did before. And I think with the King of Cups here on this side here, and this comes in from your guides, I think these guides here are trying to say to you, don't forget the little things that caused you joy in doing your job or running your business or doing your projects. Don't allow you to forget the emotional side of enjoyment that you can have within it. I don't think it's a separation. I don't think it's a job loss. I do believe it's a case of you may be going on your business side. You might be moving away from, or you might have realization that I used to love doing this. Why don't I do this job anymore? Why don't I work with these sort of people that I used to work with? And it could, be a bit of a, oh no, sort of thing. And that's patience as well. With patience, obviously things stop, and when things stop, you're stationary. Therefore, you notice things a lot more. Therefore, you're going to notice what's not the same as it was before. And so I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing here. And I think it's helping you to realize that maybe I like turmeric, for example. And it may be a case of kind of going, do you know what? I really need to start using turmeric in my cooking again. I haven't used it for ages. That sort of thing. Bringing that bit of emotional satisfaction back into your life. Let's just see what's going on in your future. Four of Wands. It could be a job offer that causes you worry. This is what it could be. It could be an opportunity that causes you worry because you're going to have to go through a portal. When you go through that portal, you leave that old world behind. That's what it seems like. Do you know what? We're going to do a bit of clarity on the connection between the Three of Swords and the Four of Wands. Because the rest of it is so beautiful. But there is a bit of a fly in the ointment. And that could well be tied into that solar plexus factor. Of the bit that's not sparked off. Page of Wands, we've got it on the other side. It's reflecting onto it. It's maybe that the job is taking you away from the relationships that you actually enjoy, the connections with people, and your material world has taken you away from that, and it's not, it's not as explorative than you actually thought. And the Fool, I was just watching to see where they had it. You've got to take a leap of faith here. I think this is self-worry that you're creating for yourself, for your future. And I think, do you know what? I don't think it's founded. I really don't. And maybe you're just being a little bit too cautious as you go forward. Yeah, I do. I think you are heading to absolute amazing things, as far as I can tell. Because you've got control over your emotions, which we can see down here, you're flanked by the universe, which is really backing you up. This appears to be self-doubt. I'm convinced of that now. I don't think it's a bad card at all. I think it's a really good card. I think it's just if you step back, you'll realise, how you may well be shooting yourself in the foot, because where you're heading, and it is a bit of a leap of faith. It does come out of the blue, out of nowhere, but it is certainly taking you through a new paradigm into this magical march, where all of a sudden your dreams can come true. Really can, really, really can. Absolutely beautiful reading, Libra. Thank you so much for being with us. We will be doing live healings on this channel, because I do that as a full-time job, as it were. Love doing that. And we're going to bring it to this channel. We're going to do live healings where you can either ask questions and we can answer them through a tarot selection of tarot cards, or you can ask for a healing on, it could be for a physical part of your body or an emotional part of your body, and we will deal with it and we'll answer the questions, and everybody there will be able to help and help in the healing process for everybody else. It make life really good for everybody. So it'd be really good for you to be here. In order to do that, you need to subscribe and click that bell. Certainly clicking that bell so you got the notifications of when, what times we're going to be doing it on the Sunday evenings in the future. So you get that information, so you're there, because we're only obviously going to do this on live sort of thing. So it's as the questions are asked, we will answer it directly. There you go, Libra. Absolutely lovely. Thank you very much for your support for this channel. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.